Dude, that was actually a thoroughly interesting interview. Like, I didn't come out of that hating Phil. Low Tier God would have been a way better podcast guy than Phil. Hello. Welcome back, chat. I was hoping I put some insight in there. I didn't want to feel like I was just watching along with you guys. See, Chuck, I actually think Phil is a good person. I just think Phil is a very sheltered person. Like, Phil to me comes off as a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of social skills. This is coming from me, you know, Mr. fucking cabin fever over here, right? But like, my social skills would beat Phil's to death in a ring. Like, honestly, like, Phil has so little social interaction in his life that I would be thoroughly interested to see what kind of game he spit to get Panda Lee and or Cat on the hook. Like, just imagine what kind of game that Phil had to be playing with. Like, I would love to read those DMs. That would be like a New York Times bestseller for you, boy. Like, I would be the first one in line.
As opposed to your DMs that just didn't respond. That was your game.
Hey, my pimp game tight. You need to leave my pimp game out of this. I play.
Is just don't respond.
It makes them want you more.
Yeah, okay.
If I remember correctly, after that you bought me dinner at Applebee's.
No, not the first time.
Not the first time.
No. You paid for yours, I paid for mine. I wish I still had all of our Facebook messages from the very beginning.
Dude, it would. I remember when the trolls thought I was going to be like this womanizer. Remember when they like catfished me and they got tired because I was so fucking boring?
So they just went ahead and outed their self.
Yeah, they outed their fucking self.
Like, screw this. This is going nowhere.
Lord Law, thoughts on Phil not showing Craig his account. I think your boy fucking Keemstar was right. Like, fuck it. Like, just pop the phone up and be like, look, motherfucker, there's my WWE account. You know, shit like that. You know, that's all you got to do. Like, all you have to do is show what level he is. Dude, that was actually a thoroughly interesting interview. Like, I didn't come out of that hating Phil, right? I came out of that with, I think Phil... I understood some things other people won't understand. Like, there's a lot of sick people out there that want to see you fucking fail and want to see you in the gutter, right? And I understand, like, how Phil can be beat down from that. And, like, but at the same time, it's like, how are you going to pass up $50,000? $50,000 with no strings attached. All you got to do is show the fuck up. Like, nobody expected Phil to do anything but show up, sit in front of his camera, and react to what we're talking about, right? I wouldn't even expect Phil to, like, come with topics, right? I would have covered topics, and I would have done the stupid, you know, PKA shit over and over again, and we would, you know, that's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. No, he didn't get paid 50 G's for the interview. Keemstar offered me, Boogie, and Phil $50,000 each to start a podcast. And Keemstar was going to be 25% owner of the podcast. We each would have 25% share stake in it. Keemstar was going to sell advertisements. He was going to push it. He was going to try to get us on stuff like Punch Happy and just try to turn it into $1 million brand. And Phil was giving him ultimatums. Like, Phil be like, well, I could only talk to you from like 3:15 to 3:17 next Wednesday in the Central Time Zone. You know, like, not responding to the man's emails or anything like that. Dude, Low Tier God would have been a way better fucking, like, podcast guy than Phil. And I don't hate Phil. Like, to me, I think Phil is very intelligent at things he's intelligent at, right? Like, I would almost say Phil is a savant when it comes to talking about nothing, right? If you had to make a 5-page essay about this bottle cap, Phil could do that. Balancing your checkbook, he ain't your man. Dude, people hate on Low Tier God, but Low Tier God's fucking entertaining. Like, you can say what you want. Low Tier God is entertaining. And if people didn't try to hold that man down, he'd be a million sub channel. Period. Low Tier God would be a million sub channel if people didn't try to hold him down as hard as they do. Do I have contempt? No, man. I've lost more than $50,000. Like I said before, not going on a camping trip cost me $100,000 a year for the last 7 years. That's $700,000 right there for not going on a fucking camping trip, right? So, like, what's another 50? No, I showed up constantly. Yeah, I know I get the rap for like being constantly late because I overslept for a couple episodes or something like that. But if you go back and do an audit on how many times somebody's missed a show or been late, I bet you money I was there more than any other host at that time. If you go up to the first 176 episodes. Because I know for a fact I ran 3 episodes by myself. I don't live my whole life in regret not doing the camping trip. I think back and be like, man, I wish I did that shit differently. But like, you can't live in the past, right? The past is the past. You can't live with what ifs. Because like, if you want to go the what if route, like, what if I won the lottery? What if, I married somebody different? What if I didn't sprain my leg? I didn't. This is what happened. These are the cards I'm dealt. This is what I got to deal with. Please don't do this. I'm on the corner if I'm going to delete the stream. Like what really happened, and this is completely honest, and this is going to cause drama. What really happened was after January of 2013, I got really, really fucking depressed. January 28th of 2013, I lost my machinima contract, and I became a full screen employee. It was about a month. About a month later, I became a full screen employee or contractor, and the money went from here to down here below the table. Like literally I had to put the same level of effort in, and I got, a fourth of the money. Right. And it depressed me so bad. I remember being a fat motherfucker going for a walk around my yard just to try to clear my head. Because like at the time I had like $3,800 worth of fucking bills. I had a black F-150 Lariat. I bought a Tahoe that I gave to Shalene at the time, but when she left, it was in my name, so I kept it. So I gave it to my mom. And just kept paying the bill, paying for my mama's cell phone, my sister, my brother. I had other things. I had business expenses and loans and shit like that. And I'm like, $3,800 what I had to make after taxes every month. And then all of a sudden, like my income was like $2,000. So I was like at a $2,000 loss every month. So like I had to start downgrading my life, and like I got into a point where I like got physically, emotionally depressed, and I just stopped doing everything. I lived off savings and just laid in bed all day. And like, did I oversleep? Did my sleep schedule get fucked up? Did I do all these things? Yes, I did. But I was a man that was hurt bad. And like I said, it's my fucking fault. I should have manned up and got out of it. But like, sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just can't. Oh, none of that's still a thing. Like I said, I downgraded my life. Like I ended up selling my black truck about 6 months later. I started driving my old truck again. I sold the Tahoe for a profit, but it is what it is. I had told my mom she got to make her own phone payments, shit like that. I married my dream girl, but that was years later. Actually, I met Kelly right around that time. Kelly would tell you about some of this. I met Kelly in the end of 2013, about a year after I had that, and then.
I mean, baby, I knew you when you were supposed to be going to the camping trip.
Yeah, that was April 2014.
Because I remember telling you should.
But you met me when I was during that pit of my depression, that 2013 year.
Yeah, that's when you slid in my DMs. Hey, girl.
Well, the funny fact...
Actually, I still remember...
I slid into your DMs because you had that whole weight loss story, and I felt like I need a person this positive in my life. Little did I know I was going to marry your ass.
I know, how dare you.
I'm nowhere near as depressed as I used to be.